I'm a parent. I've got two girls and a boy. And should anything happen, God forbid, to any of them, I'll be quite upset, to put it lightly. So to see those grieving parents on TV, yet again in the United States, because their kids have been shot in a school. I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anyone, all right? It must be hell, the worst place ever, the darkest, blackest, most miserable place you could ever be to lose someone like that. I mean, in the United States, you kiss your kid goodbye in the morning to go to school, you don't know if they're coming back alive because some nutter, and there always is some nutter with a gun, will go to that school and shoot everyone and then themselves. That's what happens over there. And I don't know why it happened, but I do know how it could be stopped, and that's just banning all guns. That's the only way to stop it, I think. And yes, I'm a conservative, I'm right wing, I'm a libertarian, I'm all for the rights of man, less government control, interference in people's lives. But this has happened way too often now in the United States. But there are other countries around the world who have more rifles than the United States per person, and they don't have this. There is no massacre. There never has been. But it seems to me, the United States being the country that it is, the culture that it has, it doesn't matter how stringent or how hard and strict the gun control you can have over there will still be a nutter with a gun who will kill people. They will find a way. Because it's not the guns that kill, it's the people that use them. And that's what's wrong. You can have a person who is a diligent, law-abiding, nice person getting a gun legally, and then one day they could just flip. Anything could make them flip. Society will make them flip, and they will decide to just go somewhere, kill themselves, but not before taking a bunch of people with them. It's what happens, especially in the United States. Now, I get it. I understand the United States is a huge country. People live off the grid over there, all right, in places where there are no other people, especially in the woods, in the huge parks they have over there. And they need hunting to live, to kill animals, to sustain themselves. And yes, I know there are also millions of registered gun owners who are careful and safe with them, and they can be trusted. But it's always that one person, isn't it? And is it worth taking the chance yet again? Because it was 19 victims this time in a school, and they were babies. Most of them were babies. They were kids. And it's going to happen again and again and again unless they just take the guns away. They need to take the guns away. I know this is going to lose me a few subs, gun-owning subs in the United States, but it's the only logical conclusion I can come up with, because it's human lives at stake here. Not just any human lives, kids as well. I mean, my God, who kills kids? So maybe it was society's fault that all this happens. Maybe it's society's fault that every high school shooting, every massacre with a gun has happened in the United States, because it's society that ultimately changes us as people, makes us what we are. We go along with that society. We are either accepted by that society or binned, rejected by that society. Society makes us feel how we feel. So maybe it's society in America that needs to change. And they can do that. It's something they can change fundamentally. Not straight away, not overnight, but perhaps over time. And that is a good thing, because at least it isn't some holy book which can be interpreted as telling its followers to kill non-believers, where changing that holy book is a big, massive no-no. Whereas with society, it can be done. Now, we banned guns here in the UK fairly easily. It took literally, a couple of months, a couple of weeks, especially after the Dunblane massacre. The Dunblane massacre in Scotland, where some twat went to a school in Scotland and machine gunned, again, a bunch of babies, people's babies, because he was just nuts, and he could do it. He was a legal firearm carrier. And Dunblane was the last of a handful we've had here in the UK. Thankfully, it hasn't happened as often as it has in the United States, but it hasn't happened since, because we nipped it in the bud. Because here in the UK, we don't have the amendment law like the United States has. Only a handful of people, and I say a handful, just not as many people in the UK had guns. So we took it away from them easily. and we regulated it really, really, really strictly. And then we banned it. And you can only own a gun if you're a private citizen now under exceptional circumstances. And we've kind of eradicated all shooting massacres here in the UK literally overnight. Now the only massacres we have are from Islamic extremists. Make of that what you will. Now, I know I've made this video. I am pretty anti-gun. I know I'm an ex-squaddy and all that. But seeing it from the outside, perhaps I don't get all the answers. And I'm not getting the full picture. And it's not about losing subs at all. It's about free speech. I'm questioning gun ownership. And I would love an American to come here and tell me what exactly you do, why you do need a gun or a rifle in the United States now. And I really would like to understand. And watching the various Texas authorities, Ted Cruz and the governors, etc., on there doing their press conference, one thing which alarmed me is the fact they have completely dismissed anyone and everything questioning the right to gun ownership, which is the main problem here. These people are actively dismissing people, just waving them away, treating them like troublemakers and people with agendas. But if the agenda in the United States is to save lives, to stop babies being killed in schools, yet again, then, how can you go against that? So I think the pro-gun lobbyists need to work with the or the gun abolitionists, if you can call them that. And they need to do something, and they need to come up with something, and they need to come up with something pretty quick before this happens again. Because in my opinion, someone's right to life trumps your right to a gun. And before people say, well, it's good people with guns that kill bad people with guns, yes, that's kind of true. But the good people with the guns in this particular school massacre, they did absolutely nothing until it was too late. They waited an hour to get into the school, and in that hour, a parent who turned up got worried and hysterical, got handcuffed by the police, but she managed to get out of the handcuffs, hop the fence, and grab her 2 kids and saved them, took them out while the gunman was still inside. That's a fact. And all this time, while the gunman was doing this, killing people, killing kids, those cops were still outside. So they had the guns to stop him, but they didn't. So it doesn't always work. There must be another way to stop this. So if you're a gun abolitionist, then I understand. But if you're pro-gun, I want to understand. I don't hate you. I don't blame you. But I am asking if you are willing to or ready to give up your right to have a gun so that other people's lives are saved. Or do you really think that the reason for mass shootings are absent fathers, declining church attendance, social media, video games, migrants, etc.? These are all reasons which I've just listed here that were named by Senator Ted Cruz and the National Rifle Association as to why this shooting happened. I mean, surely not. Or is it? I mean, the lad who did this was 18. And it's crazy over there because at 18, you were not allowed to buy beer, alcohol, legally in the United States. Yet you can get yourself a firearm. That's just nuts. And also, did you know that Kinder Eggs are banned in the United States? My God, that's mental. So there we go, that's my video. Please let me know what you think, especially if you're pro-firearms. I want to know your opinion and I want to understand the need to have guns in the United States as a private citizen. I really want to see your view and I'd like to interact with you. So that's my video. If you'd like to join my channel, then please do. These are the current members. Thank you very much. There they are. They're enjoying their lovely perks as we speak. And membership is only like 99 pence. So why not? Right, until my next video, please comment, share, subscribe, and Roger Trout.